Sometimes it's easy to forget that we're human and we have feelings and they're important and they matter. I say that because we get so focused on doing things and being present and getting stuff done and accomplishing tasks that sometimes we don't fill up our tank. We don't take care of ourselves. We don't give ourselves the space and love that we need to feel okay and human. And it's necessary that we learn to put ourselves first, that we honor our needs, emotional, physical, in all the ways possible. Because if we're not okay and we can't show up for ourselves, then we're not going to be of any use to anyone else. I'm Latia, and I'm on a journey to find my mission and get clear on what it is that really matters to me in the world. And I've dealt with different mental wellness challenges. I've dealt with emotional challenges. I've dealt with identity crisis. I've dealt with feeling like I gave up on something that I probably shouldn't have, and feeling so lonely and like no one was there to have my back. And that feeling of loneliness and separation and isolation and feeling like just nobody will get me or be there for me is one that I feel like as I do more work, I'm like, it's coming to the surface. Because as I think about the work that I'm doing, it feels like I'm just on a daily grind. I'm just trying to get stuff done. I'm just trying to have a good attitude while I'm showing up. And I'm not about that. I don't want to just do a great job for the sake of doing a great job. I do have an identity tied in with excellence and achieving and getting things done and doing them well, and honoring my word and doing the best that I can. The challenge comes in when it feels like I'm not empowered to do those things, and then I get punished for those things, and then I don't have a safe space to go to where I can talk to someone that feels like a trusted advisor and has my back and really understands that I'm a human being. And I guess where I'm getting to lately is that I have to be the courageous one to honor the fact that I'm human. There's only so much that I can do, and I really need the support of other people to be okay. And it's scary because I'm used to being told that my feelings don't matter, that nobody cares about how I feel, that people aren't going to change just because I want them to. And so I guess it's like, these are the stories that I've been told and the narratives that run in my mind. And it came from parents. So it came from my family. So from the people who love me the most and want me to be the most successful, it's like, forget your feelings, put them in your pocket. It's, nobody cares about how you feel. It's, feelings don't matter. Don't be so sensitive. Don't be so emotional. And so as a sensitive, emotional person, it's been tough for me to really honor my emotional bank and wellness. So it's easy for me to kind of discount how I feel. So those feelings of inadequacy, those feelings of powerlessness, those feelings that I'm just a cog in a wheel and nobody actually cares about me as a human being, especially when people keep showing up in such a way that all they do is take. They want more time. They want more focus. They want more attention. They want more this. Or like they need it and they can't survive without it. And it's just like, but you can. And I need space to just honor what I need first, because and it's not intentional. I tend to be more of a people pleaser than I am about making sure I'm satisfied and my cup is full and I have what I want. So if I have $500 and I'm gonna create a budget, sometimes food kind of goes into it, but it's always like I make sure bills are paid. I make sure I figure that out. I make sure I'm not gonna owe money, and I do my best to honor those agreements. And where I'm at is just like, I like looking good. I like to feel good. I like to feel very put together and very nice. And sometimes that means doing my toenails or getting my nails done. Not my nails sometimes, because like I'm very sensitive in the cuticles, and sometimes they are rough and they just don't get it. It's like, I'm human. Stop. Like, don't kill me. I just want my nails to look cute. You don't gotta like hurt me. But pedicures I like. They feel good. It's a good way to take care of myself, and I haven't done one in a while. And when I consider doing a pedicure or even a manicure when I'm feeling wild and crazy, it it's like there's this sense of like guilt, frivolity. It doesn't matter. What's the point? Like, I'm not in a relationship. I don't even pay that much attention until I'm like barefoot and it's like, oh wow, I could do better than this. And I have cute feet too, I've been told, and I like them for the most part. But it's easy to feel like we just want to hit goals and numbers and targets for the sake of hitting goals and numbers and targets. And that's not the type of person I am. I believe that we have a power within us to be of service and to really be there for people in a way that they are satisfied, they are empowered, and they are transformed by what we do and anything that we do. And data especially is a space where each data point in our company is a human being. It's a person. They've purchased something, they've signed up for something, they've, made a transaction or of any type. So these are things that people are doing, and it feels so easy to just take the humanity out of it and focus on the customer because, we're a small company. But it's like, how can I show that I care about the people around me and I want them to be doing well in all ways, and I want to be doing well in all ways, and I want a safe space where I can just chop it up and like let people know like this is what I'm dealing with. It doesn't feel like it's appropriate because I don't feel like I see many professional spaces where people are very truthful and vulnerable in a human way. So it's easy to tell me, you did this wrong, you need to do that, you did this, you did that, and it's like, okay, you can keep correcting all the ways in which I fail to meet your standards, but there's a lack of humanity in that. There's a focus on how I'm wrong and critiquing me, and there's no encouraging or support. So now it just becomes this negative feedback loop where you are starting to become more negative than I am towards myself. And most people are like, wow, you're hard on yourself. Like you have very high standards and there's very little room for error for you. And it's like, yeah, like that's what I learned growing up. That's how I've functioned. That's how I've made it this far. I push myself. I work hard. I like do the best that I can. I do know that there's there's this space between like what I'm capable of and where I go to. And I tend to hit like this roadblock of like interest, of engagement, of care. And like once I hit that roadblock, then it's just kind of like, oh my gosh, like, it's like I can either like step up and get it together, or like something's gonna change and I'm usually like no longer in the job. And so I feel like I'm kind of at that point with this job, and I do want to keep this job. I do see the potential to make a difference in the world. I see how the clothing that is sold makes me happy and brings me joy. And I want people to be able to connect with these brands and really have that relationship with them. I don't want it to just be about, keep the customer happy and do this and do that, and we have to sacrifice. And it's like, no, I get it. We're in hustle mode. We're trying to, do different things. And I just need a space to be human and be real and like be like, I've hit my emotional capacity right now, and I'm on the cusp of breaking down. Like, I'm not ignoring you because like I just want to. I'm ignoring you because you're overwhelming me and you're not giving me the space that I need. And it feels bad for me because it's like, well, the expectation is that you respond quickly and you do this and you do that. And it's like, I hear you. I get that. Like, I see you. That's what you want, and you clearly need it for whatever your reasons are. And it doesn't align with the way that I operate. Like, I turn do not disturb on my cell phone on a regular basis. And it's not just because I'm doing work. Sometimes I just do it because I get antsy and agitated by the pings and all the messaging. It's not necessary. And all it does is leave me feeling anxiety over things that don't tend to matter. And not that the people who are reaching out to me don't matter, but usually they're not reaching out with something that is of great importance. So it's okay if I put that aside. Why can't I get a little space in the day where it's like, this is quiet time. This is a time where I don't have to worry about your Slacks and pings and messages. I can just focus and really engage with what I'm doing. So I'm still processing work. I know it has potential to be great, and I'm just doing my best to see what can I do better and how can I show up as human and giving other people the space to be human as well. Because all we want is to have our identity, to be seen, to be heard, to be valued, appreciated, known that we're not alone in this. And I know that I haven't been showing up as someone who sees people or someone who is interested, but it's not because I'm not. It's just because like I've learned to be strong, and I've learned to like hold myself together by willpower and just determination and persistence. And so to kind of get to this place where it's like, I need to be softer. I need to be the person who's like, hey, I need help. Like, I have to ask for help more. I have to open up. And I'm scared because I don't trust the people around me. I literally have no faith in them and their capacity to handle me. And I don't want to overwhelm them with my emotions, and I don't want to overwhelm them with my truth. And I know that it's necessary because I don't believe I'm the only person who's kind of having like this experience. We really need to have this conversation where everyone feels empowered. And so I feel like I just want to be an advocate for wellness, an advocate for wholeness, an advocate for us being human and connecting with each other in a way like we've never done before. And it feels unprofessional, and it feels silly, and it feels like, oh my gosh, everyone's going to hate me and like be like, you're such a weirdo. But we are in a service industry, and there's an emotional labor that happens. And especially in one where you're working on a product, so now your identity might get tied into how the product is doing and how the client is responding. You need even more separation of yourself from what you're doing, and even more just honoring that humanity within, because we're all going through this human condition where we are God and we're great and we're powerful, and we don't know how to show up for it. So I'm just sharing that to share that I have struggles and challenges I'm dealing with. I don't always know how to manage myself. I have a very deep awareness of a lot of the conversations that are going on within my head, and I'm still discovering new depth and new nuances because it's the same stuff, and yet I haven't shaken it. So I don't know what it's going to take to heal, but I know that right now I need to know that other people have my back, because I can't have my back by myself anymore. I don't feel safe. I don't feel at ease. I don't have peace. I just feel very agitated and anxious. And I don't believe I'm the only one. And if I can give someone else the space and permission to be themselves and honor their whole truth, nothing but the truth, let's not lie and please other people or please this company when like we create the company. It's a startup. Why are we being so ridiculous? Like, I get it. We want to be excellent and meet needs and deadlines, and we can do it in a more human, connected way, because that's going to be what keeps people coming back. Those relationships, those connections. And like, I know I can't show up as my full self, and it doesn't feel safe. It doesn't feel welcome. And it could be a me thing. Like, they could be like, oh, Latia, we just want all of you. We want that weirdo, that sassy, that, but it doesn't feel safe, because it's like, when I barely show you a piece of me, you reject it, you deny it, you act like you're not the type of person to judge someone based on their gender or their sex. And it's like, I don't care if you're that type of person. What I'm telling you is people are like that. That's what we do. And people don't like different people. So as a person who is different in a way that you can see, there are times where it just feels like there are people who are like, they're not ready for me and I can't do anything about it. So it's just like, there's going to be a wall up unless I really want to engage with you. And if you aren't giving me vibes, what's the point? I don't want to have to fight to get your attention. And I'm not. Like, I have dignity. I'm a human being. I'm not going to like make you want to talk to me. But I know that I make a difference and an impact. And if you have a conversation with me, your life can change. You will know that I see you in a way that nobody else sees you, because I have literally no agenda. Like, I want to build a business. And part of me is like, I like that someone said that a coach is someone who asks the hard questions. They don't do the work for you. And I'm like, that's perfect. I ask great questions and I'm not doing a lick of work. It's not my job. I'm just here to give you space to be empowered to touch into your greatness, to see how you can do better. And that's what I'm looking for myself. Like, I want someone who just gives me the space to show up and be powerful and amazing and lets me know that I got this, instead of those people who keep telling me, you need me to figure this out. I don't need you. I like the insight that I gain. It can be fun, but that's one of my hangups. Who knows? Maybe that's where it is. I'll be like, all right, I need you. I need people. I need relationships. I need connection. When I was young, I decided that I didn't, because I'm like, it's a lot easier to just be alone when I don't need you than it is to feel like I need you and I need that connection and I can't get it in a way that's satisfying. But emotions are tough. There's a lot of emotional labor that we go through. And I don't know if you're in the service industry or the sex industry, or if, like, whatever job you work in, you're being of service to other people. And a lot of people don't take you for, like, a lot of people will take you for granted and deny you your humanity. And I just want to let you know, those feelings matter. You're real, you're seen. I'm here and I'm with you. And I'm going to do my best to make space for our humanity and all of its messiness.